Welcome to Scotland, a land where the wind carries whispers of ancient legends, where mountains rise like stone fortresses, and where lochs shimmer under skies that can change from golden sunlight to swirling mist in moments. This is a country that feels alive with history, not locked in the past, but woven into the rhythm of daily life. In 2025, Scotland is more captivating than ever. Here, medieval castles stand guard over dramatic coastlines, whiskey flows from its source in centuries-old distilleries, and landscapes so wild and untamed will make you feel like you've stepped into another world. From bustling cities filled with music, art and culture, to remote islands where Gaelic traditions thrive, this journey will reveal the top 10 most incredible places to visit in Scotland, from number 10 to the very best at number 1. So grab your sense of adventure and let's begin. Number 10. Speyside. In the heart of the Scottish Highlands lies Speyside, a region where rivers flow clear, hills roll gently, and the air carries the scent of heather and malted barley. This is whisky country, home to more distilleries than anywhere else in Scotland. And in 2025, it's calling to travellers who want to taste tradition at its source. The River Spey, one of the fastest flowing rivers in Britain, winds through this fertile valley, nourishing not just the land, but a craft perfected over centuries. Here, distilleries like the Macallan, Glenfiddich and Aberlour don't just make whiskey, they tell stories in liquid form. Visitors can follow the malt whiskey trail, stepping into warm oak-scented rooms where copper stills gleam, and master distillers explain how every drop is shaped by the land, water and time. But Speyside is more than just whiskey. The Cairngorms National Park stretches into the region, offering endless hiking trails through ancient pine forests and along mountain ridges where the only sound is the wind in the heather. In spring, the hills burst into purple bloom. In winter, snow transforms the peaks into a serene wonderland. Villages like Dufftown and Craigellachie charm with stone cottages, cosy pubs, and locals who greet visitors like old friends. Markets brim with local cheeses, fresh trout, and handmade crafts. If you're lucky enough to visit during one of the whiskey festivals, music spills into the streets, traditional dances light up the evenings, and the air feels charged with celebration. What makes Speyside truly unforgettable is its pace. Unhurried, welcoming, and steeped in authenticity. It's a place where you can stand by the river at dusk, the air crisp and cool, and feel connected to something timeless. Number 9. Isle of Skye. The Isle of Skye feels like another realm, a place where nature's imagination ran wild. Off Scotland's west coast, Skye is a masterpiece of jagged peaks, hidden glens, and coastlines carved by the restless Atlantic. The Cuillin Mountains dominate the skyline, their sharp ridges challenging climbers and thrilling photographers. On clear days, their peaks pierce the sky. On misty ones, they disappear into mystery. At the fairy pools, crystal-clear cascades tumble into blue-green basins, tempting brave souls for a swim in waters that stay icy year-round. Drive the winding roads to the Old Man of Storr, a towering rock formation born from ancient landslides, or hike the Cuillin, a surreal landscape of pinnacles, plateaus, and hidden valleys. Each viewpoint feels like the cover of a fantasy novel. Skye's charm extends beyond its landscapes. The island is alive with Gaelic heritage, from traditional music in village pubs to the lilting language still spoken by locals. Fishing villages like Portree welcome you with colourful harbours, seafood fresh from the morning's catch, and artisan shops selling wool, pottery, and island-inspired art. The weather here is part of the magic. Sunlight, rain, and rainbows can arrive in the span of a single hour, painting the land in shifting colours. Photographers and dreamers come for these fleeting moments when the clouds break and the island glows. In 2025, Skye remains both accessible and untamed, a place to wander, wonder, and perhaps believe in a bit of magic. Number 8. Inverness. Known as the capital of the Highlands, Inverness is a city where urban comfort meets wild Highland beauty. Nestled at the mouth of the River Ness, it's a gateway to legends, landscapes, and the lochs that define Scotland's mystique. Just a short drive south lies Loch Ness, its dark waters famous for the elusive Nessie. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, cruising these deep, mysterious waters with mist curling over the surface is an unforgettable experience. The city itself blends history and modern charm. Inverness Castle overlooks the river, its red sandstone walls catching the light at sunset. Along the riverbanks, you'll find walking paths lined with flowers in summer and golden leaves in autumn. The Victorian market is a treasure trove of local crafts, fresh produce, and friendly banter. Music flows through the city, traditional folk bands in pubs, bagpipers in the streets, and festivals that bring the Highlands to life. And from here, the whole of the north opens up. Rugged coasts, ancient battlefields like Culloden, and remote glens where red deer roam. Inverness isn't just a stopover, it's a vibrant base for exploring Scotland's heart and soul. Number 7. Isle of Islay. On the southern edge of the Inner Hebrides, the Isle of Islay greets travellers with the scent of peat smoke and sea spray. Known as the Queen of the Hebrides, this island is a whiskey lover's paradise, home to some of the most legendary distilleries in the world, Laphroaig, Lagavulin, and Ardbeg among them. Here, the whiskey tells the story of the island itself, smoky, complex, shaped by the salty Atlantic winds and the ancient peat bogs. Touring these distilleries is more than tasting. It's standing in stone warehouses where barrels rest quietly, breathing the maritime air and learning how every drop carries the character of this rugged land. But Islay is more than its spirits. Its landscapes are a patchwork of windswept beaches, rolling farmland, and dramatic cliffs. Mashir Bay stretches out in a golden curve, the surf pounding in rhythm with the wind. Sligo Bay is wilder still, where sunsets ignite the horizon in pinks and golds reflected on wet sands. Wildlife thrives here. barnacle geese in winter, seals basking on rocks, and golden eagles soaring over moors. The island is a haven for bird watchers and nature lovers, where the stillness of the landscape seems to magnify every sound: the cry of a seabird, the rustle of the grasses, the whisper of waves on shore. Communities here are close-knit and welcoming. Villages like Bowmore, with its round church and charming streets, feel like stepping back in time. Local festivals celebrate music, food, and of course, whiskey, the island's heartbeat. In 2025, Islay offers travellers a chance to slow down and savour, whether that's with a dram by the fire, a walk along a lonely shore, or an afternoon lost in conversation with locals who carry generations of island stories. It's a place that lingers in your senses long after you leave. Number 6. Highland Folk Museum. In the Cairngorms National Park, the Highland Folk Museum is more than just a museum. It's a living time machine. Spread over 80 acres, it brings to life the history, traditions, and daily lives of Highland communities across centuries. Here, you don't just look at artifacts behind glass. You walk through recreated villages, step into turf-roofed blackhouses, and watch craftspeople weave, spin, and carve using techniques passed down for generations. You can smell the peat fires, feel the rough wool, and hear the clink of tools shaping wood or metal. The 1700s township is a highlight, a faithful reconstruction of a Highland settlement, complete with livestock, gardens, and interpreters in period dress who welcome you as though you've arrived from another time. It's immersive in the truest sense, allowing visitors to understand not just how people lived, but how they thrived in a challenging landscape. Seasonal events bring even more life to the museum. Traditional music, storytelling, and celebrations that connect the past to the present. Families, history lovers, and anyone curious about Scottish heritage will find themselves wandering for hours, each turn revealing another glimpse into a vanished way of life. In 2025, the Highland Folk Museum remains one of Scotland's most authentic cultural experiences, a place where history doesn't just speak, it sings, dances, and invites you to join in. Number 5. Aberdeen. On Scotland's northeast coast, Aberdeen gleams like no other city. Known as the Granite City, its buildings sparkle in the sunlight, their silver-grey stone polished by centuries of North Sea winds. Aberdeen is a city of contrasts, bustling with industry, yet edged by long sandy beaches, steeped in history, yet vibrant with modern energy. Union Street runs through the heart of the city, lined with shops, restaurants, and grand Victorian architecture. The Marischal College building, with its ornate spires, is one of the largest granite structures in the world and a stunning sight against a blue sky. Down by the harbour, the city's maritime heritage comes alive. Fishing boats unload their catch, seagulls wheel overhead, and the smell of salt and fresh fish fills the air. From here, you can take boat trips to spot dolphins in the harbour, a rare treat for a city this size. Aberdeen is also a gateway to the Aberdeenshire countryside, dotted with more than 260 castles, each with its own story. In spring, the countryside blooms with daffodils and cherry blossoms. In autumn, it blazes gold and red. The city is home to museums, galleries, and a thriving art scene. The Aberdeen Art Gallery, reopened after extensive renovations, showcases everything from Renaissance masterpieces to contemporary works. Food lovers will find plenty to savour, from fresh seafood to fine dining that celebrates local produce. In 2025, Aberdeen continues to reinvent itself while holding on to its granite heart, a city that's strong, beautiful, and full of surprises. Number 4. Orkney. Far to the north, where the North Sea meets the Atlantic, lies Orkney, a cluster of islands steeped in mystery and history. This is a place where Neolithic stone circles stand against the horizon, where the wind carries the scent of the sea and the cries of seabirds, and where every landscape feels ancient and alive. The heart of Neolithic Orkney is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, encompassing the Ring of Brodgar, the standing stones of Stennis, and the village of Skara Brae, older than Stonehenge and the pyramids of Egypt. Walking among these sites is like touching the deep roots of human history. But Orkney is not just about the past. Its towns, like Kirkwall and Stromness, are vibrant with festivals, music and craft traditions. The harbours are busy with fishing boats, and the pubs serve fresh seafood and local ales, often accompanied by live folk music. Nature here is wild and beautiful. Towering sea cliffs at Yesnaby, golden beaches at Sanday, and colonies of puffins, seals and orcas that draw wildlife enthusiasts from around the world. The light in Orkney is something special too. Long summer days where the sun barely dips below the horizon, and winters lit by the shimmering green of the northern lights. In 2025, Orkney offers an unforgettable mix of deep time and vibrant present, a place where history breathes and the natural world takes your breath away. Number 3. Glasgow. In the west of Scotland, where the River Clyde winds through a city of music, art and unshakable spirit, lies Glasgow, a place that defies easy definition. Known for its warmth, wit and creativity, Glasgow is Scotland's largest city, yet it feels as friendly as a small town. The city's heartbeat is its people. Glaswegians are famous for their humour, their generosity, and their knack for making visitors feel instantly welcome. Step into any pub, cafe or market, and you'll likely find yourself in conversation within minutes, whether you meant to or not. Architecturally, Glasgow is a treasure trove. The grandeur of George Square, the ornate Victorian and Art Nouveau buildings designed by Charles Rennie Mackintosh, and the bold modern structures like the Riverside Museum form a skyline that tells the city's story, from industrial powerhouse to cultural capital. For art lovers, the Kelvingrove Art Gallery and Museum is a must, not just for its world-class collection, but for the building itself, a red sandstone palace set in leafy Kelvingrove Park. Music pulses through Glasgow, from traditional folk sessions in cosy pubs to indie gigs and international acts at legendary venues like the Barrowland Ballroom. The city's UNESCO City of Music status isn't just a title, it's a lived reality every night of the week. Food in Glasgow is as diverse as its culture. You can find everything from classic fish and chips to innovative fine dining that blends Scottish ingredients with global flavours. The West End, with its cobbled lanes, vintage shops and bustling bars, is a favourite for locals and visitors alike. And just beyond the city limits lies natural beauty. Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park is less than an hour away, offering a quick escape into mountains, lochs and forests. In 2025, Glasgow stands as a city in constant motion, creative, resilient and endlessly engaging. It's not just a place to visit, it's a place to connect, to laugh, to discover and to feel at home, even if it's your first time here. Number 2. Edinburgh. No list of Scotland's greatest destinations could be complete without Edinburgh, the nation's capital and one of the most beautiful cities in the world. With its medieval old town, elegant Georgian new town, and a skyline crowned by the ancient fortress of Edinburgh Castle, the city is a living work of art. Walking the Royal Mile is like stepping back in time. Cobbled streets wind past centuries-old tenements, hidden closes, and historic landmarks, each with its own tale to tell. From the castle gates to the Palace of Holyrood House, history is woven into every stone. But Edinburgh isn't frozen in the past. It's a city alive with festivals, most famously the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, the largest arts festival in the world. Every August, the city becomes a stage, with performances in every conceivable space, from grand theatres to tiny basements. Street performers, comedians, musicians and artists of every kind create an atmosphere unlike anywhere else on earth. In quieter months, Edinburgh still hums with culture. The National Museum of Scotland, the Scottish National Gallery, and countless smaller galleries and theatres ensure there's always something to discover. For a touch of nature, a hike up Arthur's Seat rewards with panoramic views over the city and the Firth of Forth. The city's food scene has blossomed in recent years, with Michelin-starred restaurants, cosy cafes, and bustling markets showcasing the best of Scottish produce, from fresh seafood to artisan cheeses and world-class whiskey. In winter, Edinburgh transforms into a festive wonderland, with Christmas markets, ice rinks, and the world-famous Hogmanay celebrations ringing in the new year with fireworks, music, and joy. In 2025, Edinburgh is more than a capital. It's a cultural heartbeat, a historic jewel, and a city that captures the imagination of everyone who walks its storied streets. Number 1. Outer Hebrides. And finally, at number 1, we journey to the very edge of Scotland, to the Outer Hebrides. This chain of islands, stretching into the Atlantic, feels like a world apart. Remote, rugged, and breathtakingly beautiful, the Outer Hebrides offer an experience unlike anywhere else in the country. The landscapes here are otherworldly. Luscantire Beach on Harris could be mistaken for the Caribbean. Miles of white sand meeting turquoise waters backed by rolling hills. On Lewis, the Callanish stones stand silent and solemn, their origins shrouded in mystery, older even than Stonehenge. Life here moves to the rhythm of the sea and the seasons. Crofting, fishing and weaving Harris tweed are traditions that have endured for generations. Visitors can watch tweed being woven by hand on looms in small workshops, each bolt carrying the colours and textures of the island's landscapes. The wildlife is as remarkable as the scenery. Golden eagles soaring over mountains, seals lazing on quiet shores, and puffins nesting on remote cliffs. In summer, wildflowers carpet the machair, fertile coastal grasslands, in a riot of colour. The Outer Hebrides are rich in Gaelic culture. The language is spoken widely, and traditional music, storytelling and dance are part of everyday life. Attending a chaelith, a lively social gathering with music and dancing, is an unforgettable way to connect with the heart of the islands. Reaching the Outer Hebrides is part of the adventure. Ferries and small planes connect the islands to the mainland, but once you arrive, it's the sense of space and solitude that captures you. Here, you can walk for hours along a beach without seeing another soul, or stand on a cliff at sunset with only the wind and the waves for company. In 2025, the Outer Hebrides remains Scotland's crown jewel, a place of staggering natural beauty, deep cultural roots, and a peace that's hard to find anywhere else. For those who make the journey, the reward is a connection to the raw, untamed soul of Scotland itself. Scotland is a land of contrasts, ancient and modern, wild and welcoming, familiar yet full of surprises. From Speyside's whisky-scented glens to the wild shores of the Outer Hebrides, every place tells a story, every journey leaves a mark. So, whether you're drawn by the history, the landscapes, the culture, or simply the promise of adventure, 2025 is the year to answer Scotland's call. Which of these incredible places will you explore first?